let's take a few minutes and talk about the 5 big myths about models, right? We've been talking about why models are important, why we choose to follow them, and we've been talking about using models as the base of your foundation and then adding your creativity. So let's talk about the 5 myths, right? Myth number 1, I don't need models. Well, we know that's not true, right? Just go back to why we choose to use them. We know that they give better, predictable results, right? You already have models in your life, whether or not you realize it or not. Take a minute and think about that. You already have models that you're following, your habits that you do. Well, the models that are in your life right now may or may not be giving you the best results. So everybody has models, right? So I don't need models is an absolute false myth. You absolutely need models, and you want to follow the models that are going to give you the results that you want, right? So myth number 2, models limit my freedom, right? Let's go back to that second one that we talked about, where we were trying to figure out, do I do models first, then creativity, or creativity first? The people who say that models limit their freedom are the ones who want to do the creativity first. They want to use themselves as the base of their foundation, and we know that that's not the right way to go. So models don't limit you, they give you limitless possibilities because they allow you to make decisions faster. They allow you to make decisions that you know are going to be in the right direction and give you growth, right? So myth number 2, models limit my freedom. You're going to have a better life with better results if you jump on the bandwagon and dive into the fact that you already have models in your life, number 1. And number 2, you know that models do not limit your freedom. They give you much more. All right, myth number 3, models are just opinions. Well, until a model is proven and becomes a model, you're right, it is an opinion. We know that models give predictable results. But once something's giving you a predictable result, it's not an opinion anymore. It's a proven fact. If you do X, you get Y. That's what we're talking about. A lot of agents come into real estate and they want to start with that creativity. We know that's wrong. And they want to go, well, I'm going to do it my way. And then I'm going to get X, Y, or Z for my results. And when I look at them and I say, well, if you can do it your way, I don't know what you're going to get. That's an opinion. I have no idea. What I do know, though, is if you do it this way, that's been proven over and over and over again, you're going to get these results. Now, if these are the results you want, don't do it your way. Do it the way that the model says. So until something's proven, until it's giving you predictable results, I agree, it's just an opinion. Once it's giving you those predictable results, it's no longer an opinion, it's a fact. And we know if I do this, I get this. Follow the models and you're going to get predictable results. All right, myth number 4, the model won't work for me. Well, my first question to you is, well, why not? If you follow it, it gives you predictable results. Yeah, but Anthony, I've got blah, 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 blah. Those are just excuses. Those are limiting results. We know I can have results or I can have excuses. I can't have both. So it won't work for me. What you're saying is you're not going to work for the model. You are not going to work for the model for it to have the predictable results. We can show that if you do this, you get that. So my question to you is, why wouldn't it work for you? Why wouldn't you follow something that we know gives predictable results if I do these actions? So that myth is completely false. It's crazy to me, right? What you need to make sure that you're paying attention to is the model that you're following going to give you the results that you want? Right? That's a little caveat that a lot of people miss. I can follow this model, but if that isn't the right results that I want, then it's a terrible model to choose, right? I've heard other people say, climbed a ladder just to realize it was leaning up against the wrong building. Really think about what are the results you want and then go find the model that gets you those results. And lastly, number 5, I don't need to change. As a coach, that one, it's hard for me to even think about, right? You are fooling yourself if you think that you don't need to evolve, change, get better, etc. Right? So yes, you may be currently happy with the results that you're getting, but we know if you stagnate, if you stay the same, you die. So we want to make sure that you're always growing. Your business growth is a result of your personal growth. We've got to make sure that you are finding ways to do things better and better and better. And as you start to see success, as you start to see the results from using models, you're going to be like me. It's incomprehensible that someone would want to stay the same. We want to make sure that good enough is never good enough. We always can do better. We can always keep growing, right? If you are leading what we talk about as living a vertical life in all the areas that matter to you, you're going to want the best models, because I don't want to spend all that time trying to figure it out on my own. I want to find the model for this area of my life that gives me the predictable results in the fastest amount of time with the least amount of effort, the least amount of headache, so I can make sure I go from 1 to 10 as fast as possible. Okay, so those are the 5 myths. Quick little recap. 1, I don't need models. Not true. Myth number 2, models limit my freedom. They don't. They give you limitless possibilities. Myth number 3, models are just opinions. Once we have predictable results, I do X, I get Y. It's no longer an opinion, it's a fact. Myth number 4, the models won't, won't work for me. I don't understand why you would think that. Models work for everybody. You just have to implement them in the way that they're meant to be done. And then myth number 5, I don't need to change. Please don't ever say that. I want you to grow. I want you to get better. I want you to succeed at the highest level.